You're looking at this morning's Dallas Skycam. It was a pleasant morning across the area, but that may change as we head into this afternoon and evening. Showers and storms, some severe with a pretty significant hail risk, look to be possible. We're talking up to potentially 2 to 3 inches in diameter. So it's a beautiful morning across the area, but that's going to change for this weather alert day that we have for this afternoon. As you can see, highs are going to be close to 80 today. It wouldn't surprise me if maybe we even hit 80 at times in DFW, but the overall high looks to be around 79, and then we're going to be in the mid to upper 70s elsewhere across the region. 80% chance for showers and storms today across North Texas. As we head into tonight, we're going to be expecting lowering rain chances, but rain chances will exist further to the east, around 20 to 30%. But for DFW, we should be relatively clear once these storms move through. All right, folks, so here's a look at the hour-by-hour forecast for today, and as you can see, showers and storms look to be in the area starting basically afternoon, and then they will exist through at least 9 or 10 o'clock tonight. But we're going to be hitting our high of 79 roughly around 6 o'clock tonight. So this big system's on the way. We'll show you that severe weather risk. So here's what the Storm Prediction Center has for us today, and as you can see, DFW is basically highlighted in this enhanced risk. So relatively speaking, we are under the bullseye today, and that is mostly for a significant hail threat. So we'll show you. We're at an enhanced 3 out of 5 risk across the area today, and then we'll go into the individual risks. There is a risk for a tornado or two across the region, so we're going to be watching that risk today. It's not the highest risk that we have, but it's something that we have to note and keep a close eye on. Here's a look at that hail threat for today, and as you can see, the primary risk for today is going to be that large 2 to 3 inch hail with isolated supercells, and they basically highlighted the DFW area and almost all of our North Texas coverage area for that significant risk for up to 3 inch hail. So baseball-sized hail is possible with storms. Not everyone's going to see that hail activity, but the strongest storms could see that across the area. So here's a look at the timing for today. Early today, we're going to be seeing these storms in western North Texas. That's between 11 a.m. through 3 p.m. For the Metroplex, that's anywhere between, let's say, just to be super safe, 1 o'clock to 7 o'clock tonight for basically I-35 in central DFW and to some counties to the east. And then our far eastern counties will be seeing that closer to 4 to 9 o'clock tonight. So here's a look at that overall timing for today. Make sure that you stay weather alert today just because we have that enhanced risk for storms, and there could be quite a bit of supercell activity. We'll show you that with the Futurecast radar here. So here's a look at our HRRR model, and this is why we're concerned for today, and it's going to be for discrete supercells in the area. And we know people get scared when they hear the word supercell because they associate it with tornadoes, but supercells are also indicative of large damaging hail, that 2 to 3 inch hail risk that we're talking about today, and I'll show you why. So here's 2 o'clock today, and notice increasing activity after 2 o'clock. We have these discrete cells just west of Young County near Graham. These will be near Mundy. Now keep in mind, these are not going to be exactly the location of storms. This is just a model output, but basically in the western North Texas region, closer to 2 o'clock. Here's 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. And as you can see, discrete activity trying to fire up basically along and west of I-35. These are going to pose a large 2 to 3 inch hail risk, maybe even an isolated tornado or two, and damaging winds. And notice how this activity just continues to increase, and we have basically a line of scattered supercells along I-35. This is creating, in my opinion, great concern for a hail risk in North Texas because we have these little broken supercells with a potential for large damaging hail, where you see the white and gray and blue colors in the cores of these storms. That's indicative of a strong core, potentially a hail risk with those as they move through. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, still seeing those storms around, and then they should be outside of the coverage area closer to, let's say, 11 o'clock or midnight tonight across North Texas. So keeping a close eye on those storms just because those could pose a large damaging hail risk up to 2 to 3 inches and maybe even an isolated tornado or two. And real quick, here's a look at our exclusive updraft tracker, and we're going to be tracking the updrafts of these storms. This is the model showing us where the strongest updrafts for hail potential could be located today. Keep in mind, these are not exact locations. This is just a model output, but this is giving us basically a suggestion of what this afternoon could look at. 5 o'clock, there's widespread updraft tracks. These could be producing large damaging hail that are scattered across the area. So it's something we're going to be watching just because we could see quite a bit of activity this afternoon into this evening. Not everyone's going to see the severe weather, but it's something to watch. Finally, here's a look at the 7-day forecast weather alert day today. We're also watching the potential for maybe some severe weather on Tuesday. But right now, we're going to get through Sunday, and then we're going to start early next week on Monday with highs around 90. So unseasonably warm. It's going to feel like summer. And then we are going to see the next storm chances after the next two systems once again returning on Friday. And as you can see, a roller coaster of temperatures. We go anywhere from the 60s, the 70s, 80s, and even 90s. So it's going to be a roller coaster as we are in an active pattern, and that active pattern looks to continue into later next week. So that's a look at what we've got going on today. Make sure that you download the Weather 225 mobile app. Have ways to receive warnings. We are talking multiple outlets. That's either our app, other apps, NOAA Weather Radio, television outlets, social media. Have multiple ways to be alerted and have those notifications come directly to you. That's an app, NOAA Weather Radio, just to stay completely safe, just because we have this risk for large damaging hail, maybe even an isolated tornado or two across the area. We're not saying this to scare anyone. It's just a risk that we need you to be aware of, just because it could be a pretty bumpy afternoon as we have the potential for that large damaging hail. So have multiple ways to receive outlets, and then, just to stay completely safe, tune in for updates with the Weather 225 mobile app, live weather channel, and on our social media. Also, make sure that if you need repairs to the roof of your home or commercial building, if you just need a new roof in general, call our friends at MyPro Construction and Roofing and refer Weather 225. Thank you for tuning into this. Stay tuned for updates throughout the day, and make sure you tune into our live weather channel. Whether it's sunny, stormy, or snowy in North Texas, be sure to download our free Weather 225 mobile app.